Today we set to explore some hidden spots in Yokosuka, Japan. We'll hike up one of the big hills to show you some incredible pathways and views. Then you'll see an amazing Buddhist temple up on the mountain. Join me in this amazing Japan journey together. As you can see, we're right by the Yokosuka Japan rail station or the JR station. You can virtually get anywhere in Japan via the JR, whether it is on the commuter train or the Shinkansen, the bullet train. JR Group consists of 9 companies. Here, once the lever lifts, you can cross to the other side of the street. This is the Liberty Cove house apartment complex built in 2013. Heading east parallel to the Route 25, it is not long till we discover an awesome hike up the hill. You'll see what's in store for you, so stay excited and we'll be there shortly. By the way, all of these buildings on the right are either apartments or little restaurants. You will see a lot of these little hills that act as retention walls or simply a roadway. The path we're walking on is right between Highway 16 on the south side and Highway 28 on the north side. If you notice, this Haki apartment building is built right into this hill on this right side. This is a common practice here to save space. Finally, arriving at one of the entrances to the tiny stairs that lead up the hill, let's go ahead and go up. The higher I get with every step, the better the view is and more free I feel. Come on, let's go and try to keep up. This is my dog that does not have a name yet, but check out my Yokohama video to find out where I got him from. A few more steps up the stairs and there will be a fantastic view of the city that I am about to show you, and even if you cannot make it all the way up this hike, I think it will have been well worth it. Look at this beautiful view. On the right, the tall building is Mercure Hotel. If you notice, the stairs are very narrow to go up side by side. This is the same view from higher elevation. You can see a body of water on the left side. Leaving the view behind me, I'm determined to go all the way up and see what this place got to offer. It's fine for one person to go up the stairs, but not really more than that. Notice apartments behind this fence. Also, when going up, you really gotta watch out for those stairs, as that some are dilapidated and you definitely don't want to stumble. There are multiple different pathways. It's a cool and neat little pathway to go up to. Imagine if you live in one of these houses and you have to carry bags and bags of groceries up the stairs. Now that would be an exercise, and trust me, I've seen it personally. Older people carry their groceries all the time here to their living spaces. Some people have tiny backyards against retention walls just like these ones. Now the little tiny stairs got even more tinier and narrower. Look at this sidewalk by these houses. There is no fence, so if you fall you will be on your own. I don't even recall seeing danger signs. This is the price you pay for isolation and privacy. Look at this, we're now high above the houses and can clearly see the roofs. Look how tight this path is. Would you want to experience this as well? Please comment with your thoughts below. We saw this huge poisonous Joris spider native to Japan. Trying to enjoy the hike and explore as much as possible, we started sloping downhill in the most positive connotation. The path here is still pretty tight and looks like it will be for a whole duration, or at least for a while, but nevertheless it's a fun experience, and if you have never been here then I highly recommend it. Clothing is hanging to dry. This is typical. Overall it looks very neat around this area. We come to a couple of different pathways again. We decided to go straight, but most of them will eventually lead you out whatever path you decide to take. It's kind of fun to explore it this way. Now, we come up to a more inhabitable area up on this hill, and you can see there are more houses. This yellow house looks cool with flower and vegetable beds in its front yard. That's the garage on the right behind door. More awesome houses and tiny garages right below, which are pretty tight, and if standing right beneath it, my head will be touching the ceiling. Parking here overall is kind of a luxury to find, and as a result, it seems like it's not strictly enforced on a daily basis. You'll see people parking on the side of the road. Overall, this area looks very cozy, if you will, with all the small houses, apartments, little shops, tiny parking lots. Everything is very accessible, clean, and if you are lost, don't be afraid, because people are friendly and are willing to go above and beyond to help. Here we're about to cross the railways of a subway system. Right now, the arms are in fact open, so it is safe to cross. But in Japan, don't forget to look right and then left, the opposite of what you would do in US. Okay, so let's go ahead and head on. This is a tiny barbershop. Look at the door. The parking lot. I'll leave you at that. Now seems like the houses are a little better in this neighborhood. Wow, look at this parking lot. This is a 3-car lot between 2 buildings and a huge hill behind it with a house on top. Now how cool is that? This is how they store trash in these little chicken wire type boxes with a green covering to keep animals away, mostly birds. This is the Jacuzzi Temple that I promised to show you. Being all the way up, look how breathtaking it looks. This is phenomenal. Let's go ahead and go up to explore this beauty. Located about 5-minute walk from the Shioiri station at 5,4 Shioiricha, this Buddhist temple belongs to the Shingon-shu or Shingon Buddhism, meaning mantra, which in Japan is a major school of Buddhism. On the left side of the stairways leading to the temple, going through this little entrance, one can spend some quiet time alone and pray for well-being. It is neat how this little area is carved out in the mountain. Let's exit and head up. Going up the stairs, I can already tell how awesome this is going to be. The air here feels electrifying that makes the hairs on your arms stand up. What's in store for us here? What is waiting for us up there? Let's just go ahead and find out for ourselves. Quick fact, Shingon-shu, originally spread from India to China, was later brought to Japan in 804 by Kukai, who was a Buddhist monk in Heian period. This is the old main temple built in 1927, and look at this breathtaking construction up top, the current main temple built in 1975. Mind-blowing. You'll find a lot of things like this to pray, and we got a view here. Here people put different fruits like apples and mandarins for giving, and like with any temple in Japan, before you enter the main temple to pray, you'll have to wash your hands and mouth with this water. Over halfway up, you will see these statues with more fruits for giving and flowers. At this time, these statues are dressed in red clothing. Usually clothing is switched depending on the time of the year and different holidays. Another little worship area with fruits for giving. As you can see, we're pretty high up right now, but we have more steps to conquer to get to this current main temple. Let's look up once more at the current main temple. Are you ready to go all the way up to the top now? Finally getting all the way to the top of the mountain. Oh my god, the view is amazing. Just look at this. The wind is calmly blowing with serenity and it does not care about anything. This is a great spot to listen to the nature and everything it has to offer. Heading up, you can see how high we are with this spectacular city view of Yokosuka in the background. Today, this temple is closed due to a holiday, so we cannot go inside, but nevertheless, this was well worth it. This is a box where you put money and a bell that you ring after prayers. They even have benches for you to sit, and wow, isn't this gorgeous? This, right here on the left side of the current main temple, is a Kanan-do temple, which opens to the public every 12 years. Going around the main temple, you have to be respectful and quiet. This is another auxiliary temple located next to the main temple we're at. As everything is closed due to a holiday, we did not have a chance to go into any one of these. The architecture here is astonishing. Around the corner, you see more of these red flags and a decorative Buddhist lantern with a Buddhist swastika hanging up above, symbolizing footprints of Buddha. Another place to wash your hands and mouth before entering the temples, and the water-spitting dragon sculpture looks cool. These hanging wooden boards are ema, where one can write prayers and wishes where the gods and spirits called kami receive them and hopefully make them come true. Another auxiliary temple with a bell and a money box, all meant for prayers. If you haven't noticed by now, but there are a lot of god statues here all around this place. By now I think it's time to conclude this trip, so let's head back down while gazing at this breathtaking and serene view. And if you ever get to visit Yokosuka, which is about an hour away from Tokyo, please make sure you visit this Jacuzzi Temple and share your experience in the comments. You will not regret it a bit. Now, before we get all the way down, I would like to share with you a knowledge point. Did you know that inside the main temple up top, an Inzuna Daigongen, or the Izuna Myojin deity, is enshrined? This deity represents the kami, which I mentioned earlier. Kami, once again, are the spirits or gods. Also notice that usually you go up the left side and down the right side of the stairs, something to keep in mind the next time you visit. This is the vicinity of where the temple we just visited is located, in the somewhat rural area. I see a lot of orange trees and other fruits growing all around Japan. At the end of our hike, we stopped by this bakery named Pumpkin or Panpukin, located by the Shioriri station in Yokosuka past the 7-Eleven store. It is a nice little bakery where everything is made fresh every single day. Here you can find sweet and savory pastries with cream or even curry respectively. Then we decided to stop by at another bakery called Vie de France, right before the Mikasa tunnel on the McDonald's side. This bakery is also very nice and it's a little bigger than the Pumpkin by the Shioriri. Everything is made fresh here every single day, and pretty much just like with every bakery in Japan, once everything is sold out for the day, they close the store. I like this particular bakery because not only they sell sweet and savory pastries, but they also make amazing cheese tarts, aka little cheesecakes. They also make fresh smoothies and serve different types of coffee. One nice thing about this place is that they have a couple of tables and offer seating. Nevertheless, of course you can take everything with you to go, and everything goes for a reasonable price between 100 to 300 yen, or about 1 to 3 US dollars. This concludes our journey, so thanks for watching and stay tuned for our next Japan trip coming out soon. See you. And if you want to see more awesome videos, then make sure to follow, subscribe, like, and of course hit that bell down below so that you do not miss any of my new content. See you in my next video.